Yo guys, I'm Yellow, a Norwegian hardcore PC gamer, and today I figured that we should take a serious look at the new R8 Revolver that was just about introduced into CSGO. Now, I've already been able to use this gun for about 5 games in which I had a really good time with it. I was able to smash the opponent team, me and my team, in 4 out of those 5 games, in which a couple of games where I was just going ham with this gun, right? It's absolutely overpowered and it's almost impossible to argue against it. A little bit too Call of Duty-esque for my taste right now. This being said, let's do a quick run through of the gun and then alternate things that I figured that I should mention about the gun, because I've already been able to take a note of a serious amount of details of it. So to start off, the penetration power and the armor penetration of this gun is insane, alright? It's set to very similar values of what you would get with the AWP sniper rifle, which is set at 250 penetration power and 97.5 as for the armor itself, which just means that this gun right here, it gets pretty similar or rather close at that, in which it's just a pistol, so it's a little bit overpowered already. Now, the mobility compensates a bit for this. It's incredibly slow, and as you're about to take the left shot, the left mouse button shot with a gun, you actually slow down in the process. So yeah, you get incredibly slow as you try to use it in regular, shooting affairs. But that being said, it doesn't really make too much of a good job in terms of compensating for its overpoweredness. The accurate range also assists with this a great deal, meaning that this gun is just crazy accurate in general, which is not too much of a pleasant thing, even though, again, I mean, it's in the slot of the more expensive pistol, so it makes sense for this to be a trait of the gun. Now, the recoil control and the fire rate, they don't matter too much, because the rate of fire with this gun is set into 2 rates. You get rapid fire, which is insanely inaccurate, or the set fire rate, which is incredibly accurate, or super accurate, which I'll demonstrate in a second. This being the norm of how you can use this gun at all, it pretty much means that these kind of graphs to the right here are rather worthless. The damage, on the other hand, is just insane, and that combined with the matter of fact that you can get insanely much damage just put directly on towards the opponent team, yeah, essentially the gun is just overpowered, alright? I can essentially shoot somebody in the body when they have armor, and I can be able to kill them from a decent amount of range, just because of how I was able to fire the first bullet, because of timings, contrary to anything else. A good example would be me killing a couple of people all the way up here. As you can see, the damage applied is 1/2. That is plenty for me to shoot somebody on the middle of their armor, body armor, and kill them, even if they have an AWP, AK, Mag 7, Deagle, doesn't fucking matter, which is insane, by the way. Yeah, that aside, there's a couple of different ways in which you can use the 2 gunfire modes that this gun comes with. So you got the rapid fire one, in which you need to re-click right after the bullet fire to be able to shoot it at max speed. If you want to do this, it essentially then works like a really slow firing one pellet per bullet shotgun, in which will kill upon impact. You can see the damage applied is 113. Up close, this gun is insane, by far more insane than when the CC75 was introduced into the game, or any kind of other alteration towards any other gun, because essentially you just need to hit their body, you don't need to hit anything else. The left click regular mode will be the very much paced regular shots, which are incredibly accurate even when you're just holding in the button. So as you can see, the pullout time right here will twist the barrel around, which is a neat little detail. You can have 5 stickers on this gun, by the way, which is also kind of nice, even though, again, you only get like 16 bullets at max. But yeah, this being said, the point though, and what I want to demonstrate, is that you can get incredibly accurate with this gun if you pace your shots. This is aside from just a matter of fact that this might be incredibly inconvenient, because, this is just how the gun works. So, yeah, pacing your shot, this is also what you should do if you want to be incredibly accurate with the Desert Eagle at any range, really. But yeah, this being said, you can probably see that the change in accuracy is insane right here. It's almost perfect right here versus this being rather imperfect. Other things to mention about this gun is that I would probably buy it all the time until it gets nerfed. Even when it's nerfed, I will probably still buy it. It can be a little bit difficult to use unless you get used to the timing of the pull-up time, which, by the way, as far as I've seen, it actually, physically speaking, it changes your momentum as you move around, alright? So take a look at the speed. As I click my left button to try and charge up a shot, it's almost as if I slow down. I can kind of feel it. I'm not sure if this is actually a real thing with this weapon, but regardless, this means that you need to time your shot incredibly well if you want to be able to shoot somebody, for example, at this headshot position. Because, you want to time in the counter strafe normally and just shoot instantly, like this. but that won't really give you any accuracy if you do the right click mode. So you need to shoot before you're actually stopping. On top of that, you actually slow down as well, so it's incredibly hard to time, but eventually you'll get to the hang of it, just like with how I've been vaguely able to get the hang of it. Aside from that, I guess I could mention some skin related stuff with this gun. It comes currently of release in 5 different types of skin. It's default, which looks incredibly glossy and shiny. I like it. Then you got 2 stat track ones, which is coming with a revolver drop case, which is brand new as I'm making this video, by the way. And then there's 2 that has been implemented into the game, the dust collection and one other one, which gives you the acid fade or amber fade or something, and then the other one is incredibly ugly. But that being said, you can actually get it in stat track, 1 blue skin and then 1 pink or red or something. Yeah, that being said, it's probably going to be an interesting addition to the game, but it needs nerfing after launch. It's insanely overpowered. So enjoy it while it lasts and while you still got it. Surely I will. So if you want to subscribe and look at incredibly retarded and just insane plays with this gun, just me, you know, running at the opponent, crushing them, feel free to subscribe. If you want to get in general better at Counter-Strike, feel free to subscribe as well. And if you truly want to support me and make it so that I don't end up on the street being a hobo, feel free to take a look at the Patreon page as well. That being said, here are 2 related videos if you want to get better at CSGO. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play.